hardware, if people want to start printing their own barcodes, like what kind of things would they need?
Yeah, so I mean, there's two big things that you're going to need. I mean, well, three if you include the computer, but most of us have that already, right? So you're just going to need a scanner, obviously, and you're going to need a printer. As I mentioned, you could just use your phone and you could just use your office printer, but you know, you're probably going to want something, especially if you have more high volume scanning environment, like you're scanning a lot of stuff every single day. Your phone is going to slow you down. Having to run to your office printer and like cut things and stuff, like who wants to do that? You know, like I don't know, like anyway, so it's best to just kind of invest a little bit, and that initial investment is going to bring it, you know, take you a long way. So as far as what to get for hardware for printers, I mean, there are tons of different options out there. There's like, you know, wearable ones, there's, you know, portable ones, there's, you know, stationary ones or whatnot, or
there's wearable printers.
Oh, there is. Yeah, you can like strap them on your wrist and stuff. Yeah, just so you can kind of walk around and have your hands free. Like, yeah, we're turning into like cyborgs.
Oh,
now,
I didn't know that.
They have wearable scanners and wearable printers. So you're kind of like Iron Man, you know?
Multi-purpose.
Yeah, a very uncool Iron Man. Yeah. So I mean, as far as like specific printers, we've had a lot of luck with the Dymo Label Writer 450, and they come with like a software that you can actually make your labels with and stuff. So that it's pretty great, and it works with inFlow really well. We actually have our own proprietary printer that we're going to be releasing later by the end of the year, I believe. We already have a scanner, and I'll get into that in a minute. But we're going to be releasing a new printer that's going to work really, really well with inFlow, obviously. Hopefully. I would assume so, right? Yeah, no, it's going to work great with inFlow, and we're going to be releasing that later this year. I guess that's really all you need for printer. There's printer paper. But yeah, for that, it's like there's all kinds of different.
Is there specific like sticky label paper?
Yeah, we've had great success with like the Avery series. But like, you know, we're not sponsored by Avery. Just, you know, not sponsored. But yeah, we've had a lot of luck with them and good experiences with them. But there are so many different things out there. So just kind of like see what works for you.
What about scanners?
Yeah, so scanners are. Which scanner you choose is really going to depend on, like, again, how your workflow is, how often you're using it, where you're using it. So, for example, if you're scanning in kind of a stationary place, like maybe, you know, boxes are coming to you and you're kind of scanning them as they flow through the process or whatever, you can just get like a USB wired scanner, you know, you'll plug it into your computer, plug and play, scan away, good to go, right? If you're kind of more mobile and maybe you're in a warehouse situation or, you know, you have a stockroom that's really big or something and you're kind of on the move and you need to be scanning things on the move, you're going to need something wireless. So for that, you can get, again, just a USB dongle, one that kind of just creates, it's like the same thing as
like
the wired
a Bluetooth
ones.
connection?
Yeah. So it'll just be a Bluetooth connection and it'll attach to the scanner now. I mean, those are great, but you have to remember that there's no real screen. And so unless you're carrying your computer around with you, you're going to run into some issues. And then what's the real point of doing that? And if it's on a desktop, I mean, good luck, unless you got it on a cart or something. I don't know. So for that, it's like if you're doing more like mobile scanning, we'd always recommend like a smart scanner. And what those are essentially is they're like,
there's a screen.
Like, they have a screen and they have the software actually loaded into it. So you can actually navigate the software while you're scanning. Like we have a smart scanner, so inFlow Smart Scanner 3. Here's a quick plug. It's amazing. It's built into an Android system, and it's like got all kinds of great features, attachments and stuff, like a pistol grip attachment, all that. So it kind of creates a more traditional scanner feel to it. So it has inFlow like just downloaded right onto the app. So you can do your pick, packing, and receiving just right there in the app, and then navigate the app and do all that stuff. So you can see what you're doing while you're doing it, right? So it's amazing. And you don't have to worry about like losing connection, the Bluetooth thing. Like if you go too far, you might lose connection and it might stop. You know, you don't really know if it's still scanning. Is it still making the noise? Who knows, right? You don't know what's going on. You're just kind of just scanning blind. You just, spray and pray, I guess.